Mr. Stickland.
Representative Stickland. Representative Stickland.
Representative Stickland.
Mr. Stickland has requested record vote.
Has requested a record vote.
Requested a record vote.
Has requested a record vote.
And has requested a record vote.
The record vote. Those opposed say nay. The ayes have it. House Bill 368 is passed. I'm sorry, Mr. Stickland wanted a record vote. Record vote is granted. I see him right behind you, Mr. Kane. He blocks you, you don't block him.
I think that we all understand what morality is, and that's what this tries to seek to put back in.
Okay, I think that's a bad amendment, and I'll be voting against it.
Got it.
That there's a reason there was only one term. Every 2 sessions, there is a Hunger Games type of scenario where the 3 Turners enter, 1 Turner leaves. Are you prepared for that?
They get to agree themselves that they have good moral character.
That's their subjective opinion.
I know.
Your argument doesn't make any sense, respectfully.
But
I tell you what, I've been reviewing your bill, Mr. Turner, and several pages of your bill. I've got to tell you, it's a real page turner, and I'm excited.
Who's your favorite music artist?
Cardi B at the moment.
I reviewed your biography, and it talks about what a conservative you are and the conservative values you have. But I think I figured out why we get along so well. Why don't you tell the members where you were born? What state were you born in?
I was born in California.
Representative Allison?
I had no control over it.
To hire locally, it seems like this is also going to affect that ability of the movie industry to.
Mr.
I would like
Mr. Stickland, if you're going to ask a question, let me answer it. Into the record as you've requested.
parliamentary inquiry,
Please
Mr.
state your
Speaker.
inquiry immediately on the amendment.
Mr. Speaker,
Mr. Stickland, if you let me finish.
Speaker, parliamentary inquiry.
Please state your
How can we do that? Parliamentary inquiry, Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Stickland, we're in the middle of a vote.
Parliamentary inquiry, Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Stickland, we're in the middle of a vote.
Wow.
Is there any objection? Mr. Stickland?
Members, we all kind of know what's going on here, and I hope the folks back at home know what's going on here.
Members, I will give you time to vote from your desk if you could please get there.
Mr. Speaker, I have a messenger from the Senate at the door of the House.
Please admit the messenger.
HB 3148 Parker, sponsor Betancourt, relating to the administration and oversight of investigational adult STEM. Thank you. The Senate has refused to concur in the House amendments to the following measures and requests the appointment.
Thank you.
Thank you. HB 1264 Thompson Sinfronia, sponsor Buckingham. Mr. Speaker, I'm directed by the Senate to inform the House.
Thank you.
They ask you how you are, and you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really.
Y'all still working over there? Y'all aren't working anymore? Figures. Yeah, they're not there. That's it.
Little amount of money.
3745 and request the appointment of a conference committee. Is there any objection? The chair hears none. Is there anyone else here wishing to speak on, for, or against the bill? Seeing no one, it's a record vote. The clerk will please ring the bell. The motion is granted. If you've heard the motion, is there any objection? Chair hears none, so ordered. Chair recognizes Mr. Parker for a motion.
They don't want us to freeze, Twiya. You know what?
Put that down. I believe that. Let me tell you something. No. Answer that question. If you'll allow me to answer the question, I'll answer the question.
Well, rather than you telling me something, I just
Well, how would
prefer
you like
to
me to answer the question, Representative, without telling you what the answer is?
Let me restate the question. Maybe you can answer it.
You understand that this provision by itself is unconstitutional, right? Look, the Supreme Court also thinks it's okay to kill a baby in its mother's womb, so don't talk to me about what the Supreme Court thinks. Okay. Let's do it. Oh, come on. Can you get off the mic, dude?
It's near the border.
Let me ask the question again, really quickly, because I think it just requires a yes or no answer.
No, it doesn't.
So the question is,
the way I answer a question is up to me, Representative.
So.
Mr. MacLeod, the House concurrent Senate amendment. amendments? It's a record vote. The clerk.
With you and your great team, the HRO staff that could be here.
Members, this is Final Jeopardy. So, the category is this: members of the Texas House. This member has a twin that showed up this session, and members are having a hard time distinguishing between the two. Who are the two members of the Texas House?
Who are Representative Jonathan Stickland and Representative John Busey?
All right, perfect. Correct.
Gentlelady yield for a question.
I do.
Gentlelady yields.
Listen, I want to know what your baby did with my key, because it took the key and I can't vote. So if I can get it back, I'd appreciate that.
Representative Navarez, we have addressed this. I have been diligently checking every diaper and I have yet to find your key.
What is your relationship currently? December 7th will be 34 years of happily being married.
So you married your sister? This is incredible. Mr. Speaker, does his district go as far as Arkansas? Because I'm confused.
He is the best-looking member of the House of Representatives amongst the men, and his initials are Richard, and the last name starts with an R and then an A.
I am so sorry, Representative Raymond. I'm drawing a blank.
Put yourself back into the pulpit, brother. Get back in the pulpit, and I want you to read the caption of this bill like you would if you were preaching to the faithful on a Sunday morning. Can you do that for us?
Brothers and sisters, this amendment increases the county population, of which Dallas County is a part of God's dominion. God that made the world and all things therein, seeing that he giveth to all life and breath and all things, and hath made of one blood all nations of men for to dwell on the face of the earth, and had determined the times before.
Truly suggest that you pass all of your bills in the same manner in which you just laid it out right there. When we get ready to move passage, can we get a little, yeah.
If they, yeah. You come on down.
Get it from you.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saves a wretch like me.
Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Stickland, for what purpose?
Does the gentleman yield for a question?
There's not a soul at the mic, Mr. Stickland.
Hello, Mr. Stickland.
Could a drone be weaponized to hurt someone?
I've seen YouTube videos to that effect, yes, sir.
Used as a weapon?
Yep. Lasers and things. I believe it should be, open season on drones over our property.
This matter postpone business, House Bill 4448.
Now? When will it stop? You talk about a slippery slope. This is a water slide.
Mr. Biederman, for what purpose?
I'm going to ask this gentleman a question.
He's halfway back to his desk. He's yielded the floor.
This is what I think of that. Garbage.
Opportunity to vote for or against it. Move past it.
Mr. Speaker.
Protect them from Big Pharma, who want to stick it to them, especially when they want to have life-saving drugs like insulin, Lipitor. It's us to protect these people. And all I'm asking you for is put this amendment on. I move passage.
Chair recognizes Mr. Zedler for recognition.
Mr. Speaker, members, we have some special guests up in the gallery today.
Just go ahead and
Are you going to vote for it? That would be amazing.
Legislature, because what happened at the stroke of midnight, the passing of youth, as we celebrate James Tallarico's 30th. Mr. Tallarico.
Yes, Chairman.
Can you remind the body when you graduated from Hogwarts?
That'd be 2007.
Excellent. And were you in Slytherin or Hufflepuff, or which one of the Hogwarts groups were you in?
I've actually taken a quiz and I was a Slytherin.
No, excellent,
Surprisingly,
excellent.
so-
That fits your personality. True to form. True to.
And I refuse to concur. And they're going to have to open the Senate door because the House is not going to be run over. Conference committee, conference committee.
It undoes what we did yesterday. And, well, I know, Stickland, you're not going to vote for it anyway, so if you could just be quiet.
Tax reform. We know it is not a reduction in anybody's bill.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker and members. I think you all take this time to. I want to take this time to thank her.
Members, please, no outburst on the floor.
I think there was a lot of barbecue, and it was probably washed down with some good cold beer.
First today, just a reminder that we have the Capitol Commission Bible study today. We'll be serving fajitas.
The last thing I want to say is please don't California my Texas.